All right, good evening. Welcome to another session of the AFRH webinar series, the bi-monthly webinar series. Today we are going to have our very own Dr. Lateef Akinola, who is taking on the topic Artificial Intelligence, AI in ART. Join me in welcoming him to this session, and I welcome all participants, all that are live now. Welcome to this webinar. And I hand over to Mrs. Ini Uja Samuel, a seasoned embryologist, to give us an update on our upcoming conference. Thank you. Ini, over to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome everyone to today's edition of our AFRH bi-monthly webinar series. Like rightly mentioned, my name is Ini Uja Samuel, and it's both an honor and a privilege to serve here today as a co-moderator. To all our returning members, welcome back. And for those joining us for the first time, we're glad to have you here. For today's announcement, this year's conference is a landmark event, talking about the second conference of the Africa Federation of Fertility Society, AFFSS, in conjunction with the 16th Association of Fertility and Reproductive Health Annual Conference, themed Fertility Frontiers, Global Innovation, and Advances in Human Reproduction. And of course, it is officially tagged as AFFS to Abuja 2026. Mark your calendar. This conference will hold from the 24th to 26th of September 2026 at the Abuja Continental Hotel, FCT Abuja, Nigeria. Registration is now open. We encourage you to take advantage of the early bird window, which closes on the 31st of May 2026. Use this early bird discount. And of course, it's a code. And when you use this code, you will enjoy a 50,000 Naira reduction across all registration categories. Please review the conference flyers for more details and register through the website www.affsconference2026.org. Then, of course, the abstract submission are also open. It's actually a wonderful opportunity to showcase your research and contribute meaningfully to the growth of fertility care across Africa. There are prizes to be won. It happened last year and it will happen again.
Okay. Thank you, Ini. I think. Okay. I don't know whether we have lost her.
I think she's offline.
Sorry for the break in transmission. I think it's due to a technical hitch, which will be rectified soon.
I take over while she comes back.
All right. On. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Before she comes back on, I'll go straight ahead to give the profile of our speaker for today. Our speaker for today is Dr. Lateef Akinola. Dr. Lateef Akinola is a graduate from the University of Ibadan, UI, in 1985, with MBBS since then. Since then, he has trained in Nigeria and abroad to earn MSc in Human Anatomy and Embryology, University of Lagos, PhD, Molecular Reproductive Endocrinology, University of Oulua, Finland, where through his research, he coined the gene responsible for estrogen metabolism in human and research animals. He's a fellow of the RCOG, England, and the FROCOG, Royal College of Obstetrics and Gynecology. He also got an MBA in Health Services Management from the University of Portsmouth, England, to sharpen his health service and management skill. Dr. Akinola is a distinguished obstetrician and gynecologist, reproductive medicine specialist. He's a tutor of tutors and an undergraduate or postgraduate teacher in various hospitals, both home and abroad. He's an adjunct associate senior lecturer and seasoned senior research fellow at the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, College of Medicine, University of Lagos, Lagos State, Nigeria, and also a senior research fellow at the Center for Clinical Trials, Research and Implementation Sciences, University of Lagos, Lagos, Nigeria. He trained in London, Deanery, and has worked as a trainee and consultant at St. Bartholomew Assisted Conception Unit, Royal London Hospital, Newham University Hospital, Luton, and Dunstable Hospital. The Foundry Fertility Clinic and the London Women Clinics were working in this hospital. He gained advanced specialist interest in obstetric, gynecology, minimal access surgery, laparoscopy, and hysteroscopy, and fertility medicine. He has a keen interest in molecular biomedical research, especially in ovarian serogenesis and follicogenesis as a pattern to assisted reproductive technology, ART. His clinical research interest also encompasses endometriosis, adenomyosis, spectrum recurrent miscarriages, fertility optimization, polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, and high-risk obstetrics. He has published extensively clinical researches interest in high-impact journal. He is happily married with children. He presently practices in Lagos as a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, reproductive medicine IVF specialist at the Medicine Specialist Women Hospital, Lekki, Lagos. He's also a member of the Executive Council of the Editor-in-Chief for the Sogon Lagos sector and AFRH. He's also a member of the British Fertility Society, European Society for Human Reproduction and Embryology, ASHRE, and the American Society for Reproductive Medicine, ASRM. Fellow listener on this webinar, we give the floor now to Dr. Lateef Akinola to give us his expertise on artificial intelligence, AI, and ART. The world is going digital, so also is AFRH. Thank you, sir. Good evening. The floor is yours, sir.
For the opportunity, AFRH, National Executive, and the training committee for AFRH for giving me this opportunity this afternoon to come on as the webinar speaker for today. And I want to welcome you all, our great audience, to this webinar series. This is going towards the end of the webinar series for this year. Thank you so much. My title for today is the role of artificial intelligence in assisted reproductive technology. How artificial intelligence is revolutionizing fertility treatment for the future. Agenda today is one, introduction to artificial intelligence in medicine. We'll give a short overview of assisted reproductive technology, applications of AI in assisted reproductive technology, the ethical, legal, and practical considerations of AI in healthcare generally, not only in ART. Then we'll talk about the future perspectives and innovation. What is artificial intelligence? I think this is a nice place to start. Artificial intelligence means computer and machine technologies that we have, very powerful computer technologies that simulate human learning, comprehension, problem solving, decision making, creativity, and autonomy. It's basically a computer system with complex intelligent analytics memory, random access memory, hard drives, and solid state disk. It can respond to commands, whether written or spoken. We can prescribe treats, or it can give us prescriptions, recommendations, and actions. It's precise, decisive, give us quality, and often better than human reasoning, what we query the AI platform for. AI is one of ambition, setbacks, and reinvention. It is not something that started in 2026 or, in the 20s. It's been on since ancient times, from the 19th century when philosophers like Aristotle, Leibniz imagined symbolic reasoning. And this came to fruition in early 20th century when Alan Turing, a very seasoned scientist from UK, formalized computation and proposed the Turing test. That's mainly early digital computers that enable AI speculation. Early programs like logic theories, ELIZA, Shaky created optimism for human-like reasoning. And in the 70s and 80s, there was a doldrum that is called AI winters. That is, there was a setback because the the software that are available cannot, be operated on simple computer complexes. We need very high computer complexes with very sophisticated random access memory, very sophisticated electronics to compute AI and give us all the precision advantages that we are seeking. So in the 1970s to 80s, there was a doldrum. Nobody was thinking about artificial intelligence because there was no computer sophistication to back it up. However, in the year 2000 to 2010, modern applications started coming in on board when we have very, very high complex computer with very, very high memory system, very, very high storage system that can withstand the rigorous activities that are, enabled to give us all the artificial intelligence answers that we probe our machines with. So from 1980s, expert systems offered a revival through B2, and although they are brittle and very costly. And 1980s, we have machine learning, research exploded. We have neural networks revived, back propagation. IBM's Deep Blue defeated Garry Kasparov in 1997. And this actually revolutionized AI in all human endeavors. What are the benefits of artificial intelligence? What are its limitations in healthcare generally? The benefits, as I mentioned earlier, includes enhanced precision making process, early detection and prevention of diseases, personalized medicine, enhanced accuracy and efficiency, scalability, and then, of course, the workflow automation that we are all striving for. Limitation, of course, includes data quality dependence. It's what you put in, you get. You put garbage in, you get garbage out. You put real data in, you get reasoned, seasoned, precise data. However, there are challenges, especially when it comes with technical issues like computers, like storage facilities, data centers, because artificial intelligence generates huge amount of data, and it needs a great amount of data for processing and data adequacy. And of course, the limitations also include the trusted model you are using, validation and testing, retaining repeatability, staff training, and a pre-application assessment. All these are processes you have to go through if you want artificial intelligence in your system. Main types of artificial intelligence includes machine learning models, which can be supervised or unsupervised, semi-supervised or reinforced learning, deep learning models, neural networks, feedback, convolutional, generative AI models that can create content for us. Or you can use, you can get videos, you can get whatever you want. And of course, we have the agentic autonomous systems that can plan, reason, respond. These are the kind of things we use in EMR and laboratory automations. Hybrid models are also abound. And of course, multimodal AI systems, you can put in text, you can get video out, you can use it to create all the fake news system that we have nowadays. Those are the abuses that we have associated with that artificial intelligence. A cursory look at PubMed, shows, about a couple of weeks ago, from 1989 to 2025, we have about 1,500 publications telling you that there are a lot of rigorous research going on to give us the benefit we need. AI is everywhere, not limited to reproductive medicine alone. We have it in life sciences, hospitals, schools, smartphones, smart homes, banking and finance, entertainment, autonomous cars, traveling, fake news, social media engagement, e-commerce, and of course, research and development. AI in healthcare industry give us enhanced patient care. That's when it comes to healthcare. Enhanced patient care, accurate information about healthcare, innovations, access, and of course, quality delivery, improve healthcare experience, cost reduction, reduce stress level, better decision-making, and of course, data analysis and improved diagnosis. It's also been speculated, and is coming on board, that artificial intelligence in our hospitals, in our clinics, in our primary healthcare system can actually offset the effects of Japa syndrome in our communities. Global investments in artificial intelligence, at least in 2000, has reached over $200 billion. 80% of these expenditures are mostly, in the United States, with little contributions from Europe, the Greater Americas, North America, Canada, and all the other countries of the world. In Africa, we are doing catch-up, and we are catching up very fast. We've all heard about how much Meta, Facebook company, Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, Amazon, XAI, they are spending huge amounts of money on artificial intelligence. And this is what is giving us the benefits to now use their research products to fine-tune IVF applications, fertility treatments in our clinics. And it's been projected that by the year 2030, we will have streamlined data management, enhanced embryo selection, personalized treatment protocols, and then real-time monitoring and adjustments. Automation is also in the fray. We can see from the artificial intelligence is not something new. It's been established and it's been used, in our IVF treatment models. Advanced. Look at all these publications. These are advanced artificial intelligence applications when it comes to IVF, advancing embryo breeding, pregnancy prediction with AI. These are possibilities that are available now. However, there are problems, code of conduct, ethical issues, which we are going to come back on later on during this lecture. And we all know, we've all heard about first baby born using fully automated automated AI systems. We've shown the video on our WhatsApp platform. We have seen it. There is great results coming out of this, and it's giving families happiness, fulfilling their family optimism. And of course, there are still a lot of research going on how we can better improve our fertility offerings in our clinics, like, for example, reducing mitochondrial reactive oxygen species and metal ions, especially in those with azoospermia. So it's possible that using this system, we can improve their prognosis. A brief overview of ART shows that at least we all know that 1 in 6 couples worldwide have infertility, 8.8% in the United States, 10 to 15% in others like Europe, Asia. But in sub-Saharan Africa, we have up to 30%. And the cause is mainly male, female, and combined factors. In the past, it used to be that all the blames are put on the female. But we now know that we equally share, as male and female equally share responsibility for infertility. Infertility processes includes IUI, IVF, and ICSI, cryopreservation, reproductive medicine, genetics, and surgery. And these are all available in Nigeria as well as all over the world. We can see a real IVF cycle, doing all the laboratory tests when the couple comes to your clinic, scan, ultrasound scanning, blood tests, ovarian stimulation, egg retrieval, sperm retrieval and preparation, ICSI for fertilization, culturing, and then transfer. 2 weeks after that, you do your pregnancy test. So those are the basic things. What are the challenges that we are facing now in ART that we expect artificial intelligence to better for us? We have, of course, we all know that success rate is very, very variable across the whole world. It's not the same in Nigeria. It's not even the same in clinic in Lagos or within Lagos compared to the rest of Nigeria. And of course, this concept of one size fits all is a strategy in protocol selection. So, but we are moving away from that to personalized treatment protocols. So these are this problem we have. In the past. We just use the same stimulation, ovarian stimulation as treatment for all our patients. Irrespective of their BMI, irrespective of their hormone profiles, irrespective of the diseases that cause their infertility. But now we are streamlining and personalizing our system. So we expect AI to help us, and it has really done fantastic. Of course, embryo selection difficulties, we do physical embryo assessments, but right now we can use artificial intelligence to better our selection, thereby improving the outcomes for our patients. Of course, invasive pre-implantation genetic test is also there, and subjective assessments of all IVF physical or physiological data system to circumvent intra and inter-observer data variability. AI with its gamut data analysis system can help us. The integration of AI in ART is not at the research mode anymore. It's been applicable, it's applied in all our infertility clinics and centers. We are catching up in Africa. Nigeria is also moving forward, and we will see evidence from this later on. The role of AI we've talked about, it helps us with efficiency, accuracy, and outcome, good prognosis. It can help us in image analysis, in embryo selection, predictive analytics for treatment success, personalized treatment protocols, patient management, and monitoring. What are the specific AI applications that we are using in the year 2026? The year 2025 to 2026, even within this short period, is like 10 years ahead in terms of rapidity, how we are imbibing artificial intelligence in our fertility treatment protocols. Look at this. Predictive modeling for treatment outcomes, using combined diverse patient and clinical data to create a comprehensive treatment forecast. We can forecast treatment successes. And how do we do this? We can use predictive models to estimate success rates to aid our personalized medical decision-making and counseling. Using these resources, we can actually personalize from our treatment protocols using optimized AI enhanced machine or AI enhanced equipment that we use in our fertility clinic. Using artificial intelligence, it's been demonstrated that using patient demographics, routine blood tests, intrafollicular counts, inputting this into AI models, software models, this can give us tools to ensure personalized ovarian stimulation protocols. You put in the BMI, the hormone profile of the patient, scan results of the patient, including AFC, AMH, and you can get a personalized ovarian stimulation protocols for your patients. This has been made possible by using machine learning, deep machine learning. The number of models available includes Idosa, Korea et al. They publish their results, and they affirm that artificial intelligence can actually corroborate all the results, research protocol, research products that we get even before we applied artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is also possible to improve patient monitoring outcome. We all know about all the GE ultrasound models, machine models that are available now that are artificial intelligence optimized so that you get your images, AI will analyze them for you, giving you precise, correct, and accurate data so that all intra-observer variability will be reduced, and then you can zero in on getting the best results for your patients. We all know about Sono AVC that you can use. Instead of using your manual drawing lines to measure the follicles, you can actually use machine learning, artificial intelligence to give you all the results, basically all the follicles that are available in that ovary that are responding. So this is possible courtesy of GE products, and of course, other manufacturers are also there. AI-driven analysis of sperm and oocyte quality. This is the goal of, treating patients that come to us, male patients that come to us with azoospermia. Artificial intelligence, we can use it to actually improve our sperm motility, morphology, and DNA fragmentation calculations. We know that all the kits that are available, they are variable with variable results, incoherent, intercompany variability is there. But using sophisticated artificial intelligence, computer-assisted sperm analysis system, we can actually get sperm motility, morphology, and DNA that correlates with quality selection of our sperm. This we are using in our Fertility Assist Lagos, Nigeria, Vitruvian MD, South Africa company that we are collaborating with. We are using this system to optimize our seminal fluid analysis and get DNA fragmentation index. Hopefully, by the time we get to Abuja, we can, provide some reasonable results. Of course, this product from Vitruvian will also be used in the near future for quality assessment of sperm. We've seen this picture before many times: 19 years of outbreak, 15 failed IVF attempts, and one AI tool make it happen so that the woman and her husband, they can have a baby. And we all know after you see a patient, you do the sperm test analysis, it says azoospermia, no sperm at all. All the embryos have looked at the slides, there is no sperm they can use. And then you can use artificial intelligence actually to screen the slide. And it's been fantastic. We are getting good results. Where human fail, AI is giving us results. And then with this result, they can use an ICSI and can give positive pregnancy results to our couples. Egg retrieval, artificial intelligence is also very useful in that, in terms of the scan image analysis that we use for AI optimized ultrasound scan, predictive modeling using demography, follicle size, morphology, hormonal assessments. You can actually, determine how many M2 oocytes you are going to get. And the AI trained models are available that support vector machines, random forest, artificial neural networks, and all the regression models. These are computer models, computer software. You don't have to do anything. Get the machine, get the AI software, and then just, use the software to, to predict the success rate of your treatment ovarian stimulation cycle. AI also has been, our embryoscope has been, enabled with AI software to give us better results using different complex AI algorithms, providing objective evaluation of embryo, reducing human bias in grading quality and variability of viability of the embryo that we chose to use. to transfer. It also gives us improved selection accuracy, and it's been documented that up to 80% accuracy we have using embryoscope to predict embryo variability. AI versus embryologists for embryo selection. This has been what is worrisome for diligent embryologists, whether AI is going to reduce their workflow, is going to make them jobless. We can see that AI actually is 20% better than embryologists in predicting implantation rate. This is not surprising because AI data is fed with a lot of data, give big data from varying embryologist laboratory, and it clearly will show us something that we feel is better than our natural embryologist. So this is not to say AI is going to replace you. There's still a place for all our embryologists. But of course, we all demand benefits, results for all the expenses that our patients are paying. And then, of course, we also want to enhance the treatment protocols that we give. Benefits of AI in embryo selection is enormous, and it helps us in increased accuracy, reduce subjectivity, better selection of viable embryos, so to improve success rates. Predicting AI IVF success rate is also possible using algorithms combining patient data, age, medical history, hormone levels to predict the likelihood of IVF process. And this is very obvious. You see a woman that is 50 below 55 that is recognized as the benchmark for elderly IVF treatments. You can predict success rate based on all these data that I mentioned earlier. And this, of course, gave us more informed decision-making process so that we can zero in and personalize this, treatment cycles for our patients. Personalized treatment IVF treatment cycles are also available, more efficient, reduced cost, and of course, higher chances of success by addressing specific patient needs. What is the quality, the quantity of gonadotrophins you are going to use? What is the difference between you using step-down protocols? What is the system between you using gonadotrophin releasing hormone trigger system? So all this you can use to personalize your treatments. If you see a PCO patient, you can input all this data. It's going to tell you what kind of cycle you are going to use and what is the expected success rate of the cycle you are using. We can use AI to predict ovarian reserve as well. We all have shown you the enormous amount of research that's gone into our ultrasound scan machine systems that can give us precise, accurate information about the follicle AFC data concerning our patients. And this we can, merge with the normal AMH analysis that we're doing from the serum of the patient. So you can see when a patient is normal responsive, when a patient is low responding, or if the patient is polycystic ovary phenotype that can easily go on to develop complications, including ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. Using this machine, you can get accurate results, so you can use it to modify your treatment protocols. It's also not impossible, and it's been done. There are research publications all over the place that cement the role of artificial intelligence in genetic screening that we are doing, especially when it comes to non-invasive techniques. And this has a lot of advantages: accuracy in detecting genetic abnormalities, hereditary disease, minimizing the risk of failed IVF cycle, and of course, reducing the time to live birth sequence. AI is also possible in in IVF laboratory, automation of processes. You can see what kind of job our embryologists do in the lab. Documentation, KPI, statistics. They don't even have time to drink coffee. Zygote and grading, oocyte retrieval, a lot of QC and QA, crowd preservation, a lot of job for them. They have to prepare the dish. But using artificial intelligence automation, their job is automated. They are just going to sit down drinking coffee, and AI will do all the jobs for them. And of course, they also will be there to monitor the success rate, making AI is not giving them bad results. Adopting AI in the IVF lab has been transformed significantly. And of course, we all know about this, in Fox News recently, that, published that AI could increase fertility chances with high-tech as IVF. It's been revealed by experts. But if you want to go along that way, there are transformational stages. You have to start. What are your goals? Do you have enough resources to get all these machines? And of course, if you have enough resources, you apply the machines very well, your goal can be achieved easily. There is no JJC shotgun approach in this. Explore your needs first, the impact it's going to bring into your system and your success rates. And of course, you need to plan for the change, adopt and implement, and audit the upside and downsides. If useful, you can get the machine and scale up your opportunities. What are the drawbacks of AI in reproductive medicine? There are a lot of advantages, but a lot of advantages doesn't mean there are no disadvantages. Of course, there are concerns about data privacy. You are putting this into the computer system, which can be hacked, and data can fall into wrong hands. And then algorithm bias. Most of the data we have in the machines that we are using now, especially in our low and medium income countries, are trained on European models, are trained on the models from West, the data from West patients, they use them to train them. So using it might give us, a result that is not fully applicable to our communities. There are, of course, as I mentioned here now, racial ethnic bias, inclusivity is being, championed all over. That when you get a machine, it can give you accurate results, whether you are using it in the West, in the South, in the East, or wherever you are using it in the world. There will be no racial or ethnic bias. Lack of transparency. We are just using this software. We don't know what it entails, how they get the software. Has it been cross-checked? Has it been approved by the authorities for us to use them? Then there's this belief, some people believe that we are relying too much on technology, thereby preventing our own intuitive cognitive thinking. And this, may not be the case, because artificial intelligence is to enhance our productivity, not to shortchange us. And of course, there are financial implications, because artificial intelligence systems are very expensive. There are also ethical dilemmas, patients' trust and acceptance. Patients need to be involved in decision-making process. If you want to use AI system to optimize their treatment protocols, they need to be informed, and they have to give their consent at the same time. So there are also this problem of opacity, black box, glass box barrier. You see, you get your computer, you put your patient data, the result comes out. You don't know what process is going on in this computer. So, and there are people are now querying that, look, I am not going to put my patient's data into this black box. I actually want to know what is going on inside it. So there is this proclamation about glass box. So as the data is going through it, you are seeing how the data is being processed. So you are confident that the output is, the diagnosis is correct, is accurate, is precise, and is completely related to your patients. So this is one of the drawbacks of AI, that we don't know what is in your computer system. You don't know what you put in your ultrasound machine, AI enabled, that is giving us the result. We actually want to know the process, all the data that are going through. So there are challenges to implementing AI in our clinical practice. However, it's going to help us a lot if we streamline all the challenges, we overcome them. It can help us in skill shortages and building expertise. Training our staff will become so easy. We can integrate all our work, especially all the work our embryologists. It's like embryology lab is a workhorse lab. So artificial intelligence can streamline and make the job so easy so that life-work balance can be enhanced. Interoperability, we have our older machines that we still have in the system. There may be problems when you merge old computers with new computers. So this we have to address, and if you have the financial backing, this shouldn't be a problem. We have to also address the AI bias that is available in the system, variability in the regulatory and compliance standards. So there is no unified governance. In USA, the system is different. In accountability system is different. In Africa, accountability system is different. So there is no unified governance. This is an ongoing process to improve the clinical accuracy, the governance system when it comes to AI-enabled IVF machines. It's also important that we input in our computers data security system. It's very easy for those experienced hackers to hack into our machines. You have all your patients' data in the machine. It's going to be something that is regrettable if all these data, then appear on social media concerning your patients. So there's still a lot of problems about data security, but that can also be addressed to make all the data more secure. And then you also need to know the importance of the data you are inputting. That's what they call garbage in, garbage out. It's what data you use to train your machines, that the result, when the machine analyzes your data, the result that will come out will be inferenced in the data you input. So it is very important, and that's what is called hallucinations, AI hallucinations. You put in wrong data, and then you are now asking wrong questions, you get wrong answers. So you need to know the system you are going to use, the models you are going to use, based on the recommendation of experts in AI-enabled machines. And there are a lot of ethical landmines. Is it ethically right to use AI to predict success rate? Is it ethically right to use AI to reduce the propensity of treatment for some people? So those are the challenges and ethical dilemmas that are available. Others include informed consent challenges, ensuring that our patients they fully understand AI-assisted procedures. And this is very critical. They must be consented, and they must see that what we are doing is ethically good and is feasible. There should be transparency in decision-making. Open up to your patients, be transparent, give them clear communications, expect them to input their own decision into the final decision they are going to use to treat them. And of course, be prepared to manage their expectations. Because you are using AI machines doesn't mean everything is going to be 100% pregnancy rate at the end of it. It's going to make it better, but we are still working. As we all know, we are still working and trading on the path of getting 100% pregnancy rate. We hope we can achieve that in future with artificial intelligence. There are regulatory and data privacy concerns, as we have mentioned, but these are equally being addressed by the juggernauts in the AI, artificial intelligence industries. Future AI technologies in fertility clinics will include deep learning applications, deep learning algorithms to improve embryo selection, treatment personalization in our fertility clinics, and of course, real-time monitoring. Real-time monitoring, that whatever you are doing, you are monitoring real-time to give you the chance to make corrections if there's anything that you are going to correct. Like you are treating your patients with hormones, and then you are monitoring your patients in real time, and then you discover whether you need to, increase the dosage or decrease the dosage or manipulate your treatment protocol cycle. So that is possible with AI monitoring. And of course, we also should not forget about robotic integration, especially in the automated IVF laboratory that is coming on board. Hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years, this will be something that will be available in Nigeria as well. In conclusion, future potential of AI in ART is made possible by advanced AI technology machines, giving us data-driven services, data security, precise analysis and answers to our queries, AI-driven ART clinics, prediction of genetic disorders, increased accuracy for early intervention, AI plus CRISPR for gene editing is also possible and is coming on board. Efficient personalized care, systems connectivity is the main problem, but that should not be a big problem if you have the financial muscle to get all the necessary latest machine to use. The impact on continuous improvements cannot be overemphasized. Higher patient satisfaction, improved AI success rates, expansion of access to ART across diverse populations. The future of IVF and autonomous embryology lab is here with us. That is unshakable, and it's going to be made possible in the next few years. So with that, robots, most likely will take over laboratories, not to put the embryologists, at doldrum, but they will still manage the robots. So thank you so much. And this is a call for abstract AFS Conference 2026 in association with IFFS in Abuja, Continental Abuja, FCT Capital, Nigeria. Deadline for submission of abstract is July 31st, 2026. So let us put in our data, make all the necessary publication. We have all the data, so it's just about coordinating all our data activities. Thank you so much. We're open for discussion now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lateef Akinola, for that well-expressive lecture. The lines are open for questioning. If there is any question, use the chat box and drop your questions in the Q&A. I hand you over also to the co-moderator, Mrs. Anipe. Ni Uja.
Okay, everyone. Apologies for the earlier disruption during the initial announcement. I experienced a power failure. Sorry about that. Well, this has been a rich and rewarding session. Sincere apology to you, Dr. Lateef Akinola. I appreciate you, sir. And of course, to every registered clinic and member of AFRH, we thank you for joining us today. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for engaging. And of course, thank you for investing in your professional growth. And of course, we expect all you learn on this platform will be applicable in your various facilities. And we trust that, when you deliver quality care, you're of course ensuring that you put your patients first. Of course, that's what sets AFRH community apart. Okay, to the announcement, this year's conference is a landmark event. The second Congress of the Africa Federation Fertility Society, AFRH, in conjunction with the 16th Association for Fertility and Reproductive Health, AFRH Annual International Conference. And the theme for this year is Fertility Frontiers, Global Innovation and Advances in Human Reproduction. And of course, is officially tagged as AFSS Abuja 2026. Mark your calendars, because this conference will hold from the 24th to 26th September 2026 at the Abuja Continental Hotel, FCT, Abuja, Nigeria. Registration is now open, so we encourage everyone to take advantage of the early bird window. Of course, it will close on the 31st of May 2026. And then when registering, use the early bird code. It's a discount code to enjoy the 50,000 naira reduction across all registration categories. Please review the conference flyer for all details. Of course, and the registration should be done using the website www.affsconference2026.org. And as earlier mentioned by Dr. Akinola, the abstract submission are open right now, and there are prizes that await the best submission in 2 different categories. 100,000 naira for the best embryology abstract, courtesy of Mrs. Bobo Kayode Memorial Foundation. 100,000 naira for best clinical oral abstract presentation, courtesy of the conference LOC team. So for submission guidelines and format requirements, visit the AFFSconference2026.org/abstract/hash. Now, don't forget to install the AFRH Nigeria app by visiting the app, visit.app.afrhnigeria.org/install, and stay connected with us on all our social media platforms for any announcement or updates. Like you always know, all our sessions are always available on the AFRH website for replay. Our next webinar is supposed to be on the 22nd, but it's not going to be a webinar. It's going to be a training session for all registered clinic and members of AFRH. So for continuation of our regular webinar series, the new date will be duly communicated via all our platforms, so stay tuned. And of course, follow us on all our social media handles for updates. A gentle reminder, always keep the patient at the center of every decision you make in your facility. I remain Inikwe Samuel. Over to you, Mrs. Lana.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Ini. We have one question for you, Dr. Lateef Akinola, on the chat box. Says, what are the possible areas of AI threat to the fertility doctor, especially with the threat to the embryologist well anticipated? So what are your thoughts on that?
Thank you so much for the question. I mean, this is a well answered question already. And AI replacement of individual workers is not only limited to, I mean, it's been predicted. It's been predicted by many people that, look, AI is going to wipe off all about 90% of our jobs in the next 10 years. While this is not, a bogus assumption, clearly AI is going to, erase some jobs, especially those who are in clerical office jobs, or those who are doing, computer analysis work, data system. But it's not going to affect the main doctors that are responsible for live monitoring of our patients. Remember, these are machines. And of course, it is the data, as I said earlier, the data you put in that determine the results you get. So if you put in wrong data, you ask the machine wrong questions, you get the wrong data. So human ability is still going to be there to streamline and prevent artificial intelligence from giving us wrong answers. Whatever is the case, whether the lab is automated or not, machines can make mistakes. We all know about that. There's still going to be an embryologist in the background that monitors the success rate of the machine, that monitors productivity of the machine, the results the machine is putting out. So artificial intelligence is not going to completely wipe out the job of embryologists in the lab. There will be those kind of job that will go, whether you are a doctor or you are an embryologist. However, our job is still very secure. Everything is not going to be, left to artificial intelligence to determine. And remember, some patients, who are very skeptical about artificial intelligence, the role of artificial intelligence in their treatment cycle will raise objections. So there will still be possibility for us, human, in the healthcare system to work with AI is going to enhance our ability to give our patients results. Not that it's going to come and take up all our jobs, completely. there will still be job for us in IVF. So don't worry, the risk is there, but it's not a complete replacement. Some of the jobs will go, no doubt about it. But human, we can always adapt to whatever machines or whatever AI is throwing at us. And there is also opportunity for retraining. So if artificial intelligence blocks you in one area, you can change to another area easily. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. We have another question on the Q&A also that said, it's a long one, but let me just go through it briefly. She said her contribution is around the practical realities of implementing AI in settings like ours, especially in Nigeria, considering the cost of acquiring these machines, maintaining of the machine, troubleshooting. The AI system can be extremely high, especially considering existing challenge with maintenance of infrastructure. In Nigeria, we have a bad culture of maintenance. So what is your contribution on that? She said also, additionally, integrating AI would require ongoing support from software robotics and technical engineering with add-ons, further financial operational burden to IVF. So how do you think the cost of IVF would be in the next future? Is it going to skyrocket? And secondly, she said, will there be any structured training programs to equip embryologists and doctors concerning this AI? Thank you.
Yes,
Just
as I mentioned, thank you so much. As I mentioned earlier on, all the systems that we are using now, all the machines that we are using now, whether we like it or not, will be replaced by newer models. You can, take, for example, Microsoft has Windows 10, and they have given us at least more than a year notice that they are going to stop supporting Windows 10. So that you are advised to either upgrade your machine from Windows 10 to Windows 11, or you buy a new machine completely Windows 11. It's going to be the same system whether at ART or whether any healthcare system. The machines we are using now will be automatically replaced, and then we'll be forced to buy new machines. So right now, the machines are very expensive. We are still in the very early stage of the AI integration into ART. The machine ultrasound scanner is very expensive. AI-enabled ultrasound scan machine can cost you in the range of 100 to 150 million naira. So the machines are still very expensive. However, there will be cost reduction as we go on, getting new machines, new company coming into the fray, and then making the machines less expensive, easily available, less complex to administer or to use in our laboratories. And the other factor we need to consider is, if you are interested, you want to use AI-enabled system in your laboratory, you have to plan for it. It's not something you just wake up one night and then you just start to use it. There are hardware implications, there are software implications, there are management implications, and of course, there are usability. You need to be trained. You need to be well trained in using the machine, in using the software. Right now, we have AI-enabled ICSI machine. So you need to know how the machine, just like you have the analog system. We are trained before we start to use the analog system. So when we are moving away from AI-enabled digital system, we need to be well trained. It's not going to be, you just get the machine, you are using it. You have to plan for it. And of course, your staff have to be well trained. You as the director, you need to train your staff. You must recognize people are resistant to change, especially when it comes to something that they think is going to come and replace them. You bring in AI-enabled machine into the laboratory, the embryologist or the doctor might be feeling jittery, and then will not commit to your advice to start using AI-enabled machine. But because of the increased productivity that we have, when you use AI-enabled machines: precise decision-making, improve prognosis, improve monitoring of the patients, so that improve embryo selection, sperm selection, seminal fluid analysis is automated. DFI, you can get the best sperm from your computer instead of buying expensive kits. So there are advantages and disadvantages. But at the moment, the advantages, we are still learning more and more about the advantages. We are faced and bogged down with ethical considerations, the cost of the equipment, and then maintenance of the system, especially in Nigeria. Some of the time, the national grid will go bad. You are forced to buy diesel. You are forced to buy solar. All these add-on expenses might make it difficult for us to acquire AI-enabled machines straight away. But I can tell you, in the next few years, it's going to be the in thing. Even the patients will start asking you, hey, I want the list of AI-enabled clinics. If you are not in that on that list, some patients, oh, this one is still using those systems. Let me move on to correct clinics with AI-enabled machines. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. One last question is that from an anonymous attendee saying, what are the misconceptions of AI in related to ART, and how can we manage our patients on this? The second question is from Ini. He said, what are the risks of over-reliance on AI in clinical decision-making?
So let me take the second.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. The second, the risk of over-reliance, I've already mentioned it, that the risk of over-reliance, we are inadvertently cleaning our own raw cognitive intelligence. Because if you depend solely on, there are fears there, and the fears are genuine, that, oh, we are going to start using AI-enabled machine, then humans will stop thinking. Those are one of the risks. Are we going to de-skill ourselves? Are we going to be so dependent on machines that without the machines we can't work? And look at the situation. If you go to well-developed countries, machine will wash your clothes, will wash your plates, will cook for you. So you're just sitting down watching football or watching some games or playing games on the computer. And then there are people saying, wow, if this is going to be, then there'll be a lot of effects on our health, on our mental health, because we are literally doing nothing. So, however, if we consider the opportunities, the advantages, the streamlined job, the good prognosis we are getting, I don't think the disadvantages will outweigh the advantages. I think we should encourage our patients, we should encourage them to tune into, technologies coming on about ART, AI in ART. It's going to improve their take-home baby rates. It's going to improve whatever treatment protocols we are giving them, and it's going to give us the opportunity to streamline and personalize their treatment protocol, which will reduce risk. I mean, if you see a patient that you are at risk of OHSS, AI can, give you the treatment protocols that you can use for that patient to avoid the risk and complications of overstimulation. So what is the second question, please? Unmute, please. Unmute.
The second says, what's
the first one? Sorry.
Okay. The first one says, let me go to this first one. This is in the Q&A. Says, what are the misconceptions of AI in relation to ART, and how can we manage this on our patients? The other one was just a suggestion of the constraint, Nigerian factors.
Yes, Nigerian
issues,
factors.
Practical realities of implementing AI in our settings.
The realities are, as I mentioned, involve buying expensive machines, expensive systems, complex computer systems, and then training your staff, and then throwing away all the legacy machines that you have. all the analog ultrasound machines that you use expensive money to buy, you are going to throw them away and replace them with the newer machine. The problem in Nigeria is maintenance. Do we have enough technologies, biomedical engineering to maintain it? Do we have enough infrastructure like lights, like AC, solar system to maintain our system so that the machines will not get spoiled midway? And if the machines spoil, do we have enough technologies to repair it for us? But we should be, one advantage is that it's going to reduce staff shortages. You can see some of our embryologists, they are actually, some of them are overworked, going from one clinic to the other. There is a wide room, a good advantage for artificial intelligence-enabled system to make it possible to be less and less reliant on, tired embryologists going from one clinic to the other, doing their job, and then reduce the chance of some clinics closing up because they don't have embryologists, or reduce the chances of failure, reduce incidence of failure rates in our clinics because we don't have well-trained embryologists to manage our labs. So those are the system. The misconceptions about AI is that we think AI is going to be the answer to all our problems. It's not going to be like that. There are disadvantages and disadvantages. And then if we are going to, get AI-enabled machines into our IVF lab or IVF clinics, we need to make sure that the ones we are going to use, they are well tested, they've been researched, they've been applied, they've been trialed in all human areas. And then we make sure that their success rates have been, the success rate of the machines or AI-enabled machines we are buying, they have been proven. They are not just from one vendor or the other selling us inadequate machines that are not well researched. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful. We need to be well prepared. We need to get financial resources. We must be ready to be well trained. It may not be a 2-week training that we go to India and learn. It may be a lifelong training. As new machines are coming on, then we adjust to the system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for that. I think that's all the questions we have. Sorry, we have overshot with just a little bit of your time, but you can agree with me that this is an inciting webinar that we still need more and more, just as Dr. Akinola has said, more training, continuous training. We'll continue to train and be able to get to where we will get to. Thank you very much. With this, I hand over to Mrs. Eni Ujahib for the closing remarks, and then we close.
Okay, from me to everyone, it's goodbye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Lateef Akinola. Thank you, Mrs. Lana. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. See you in the next webinar.